Yesterday, we told you the NFL was not thrilled with Rush Limbaugh's interest in buying an NFL team. Today, the man he was going to partner with, Dave Checkett, said he'll go it alone. Rush is out. Joining us, contributor Cameron Turner, the editor of Turner's 2 Cents. Cameron, do you
Fred,
think...
how are you?
I'm good. How are you tonight?
Just fine, just fine.
What do you think? Would Rush have made a good owner?
He was the wrong choice, and I think that the players' union and then a couple of the owners, or at least one of the owners from the Indianapolis Colts and finally the upper management of the NFL, he's the wrong guy to be involved with the NFL. Rush Limbaugh is just, this man is an arrogant, belligerent, race-baiting, sexist swine who has built an entire career sowing the seeds of division, stoking the fires of rage and fear. Cameron,
wait a minute. Cameron, wait a minute. Now, let me just ask you. He's a swine?
I think that is an apropos definition of the man, yes. He has used broadcasting to divide and to incite fear and anger and rage among people. He has used not only racially insensitive language, but he's a race baiter and a sexist. And the NFL, you see, the thing about sports. Sports is a unifying entity. And truly, in our nation, I don't think that there are many institutions that have done more to bring people together across racial, socioeconomic, geographical lines than sports. And having somebody like Rush Limbaugh as the owner of an NFL team is just the wrong signal.
All right, let me ask you,
those players made that point.
But why are you saying that he is racist? I think that if you're conservative, he certainly brings you together.
You know what? Conservatism, he said on his program today that this whole thing was not about race and it was not about the NFL. It was about the left wing trying to destroy conservatism. No, it is about race and it is about the NFL. And here's the point. There were some quotes that have been attributed to him that Rush says are not true. Something about slavery having merits, something about saying that James Earl Ray, the killer of Dr. King, deserved a Medal of Honor. So I don't know if he said those things or not, but let's say for sake of an argument that he did not.
All right.
There are other statements, many of them, that Mr. Limbaugh has made. He made that comment saying something about comparing the NFL players to the Crips and the Bloods. Today he goes on and says, well, I was not making a racial comment. I was talking about this mindset that's led to on-field brawls. Dude, you do not use a foul, racist comparison like the Crips and the Bloods and then try to say it's not racially motivated. That is an inherently racial comment. And that's the kind of divisive thing that he has done. And that is not fitting for the NFL and what it represents.
Let me ask you, though, Cameron, listening to you here, I'm getting the impression that almost anything he says, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm misinterpreting this, almost anything he says, you're saying is racially based. Am I wrong?
No, not anything he says. Listen, this is not about conservatism. If this had been George Will, who was a conservative columnist and speaker and broadcaster, there wouldn't have been this outcry. I don't oppose Rush Limbaugh wanting to go into business with the NFL because he's a conservative, but just to make racial attacks. That Donovan McNabb comment, while not as foul as his statement about the Crips and the Bloods, and not as foul as his statement about, in an Obama America, the black kids beat up the white kids and everybody cheer. The Donovan McNabb statement was not as bad as those, but still it plays into and plays on this fear that certain whites have that, the blacks are taking over. And that's what Rush has done. I don't have a problem if he just wants to be a conservative. That's not the issue. The issue is that he crosses the line from conservatism to racial attacks. And that's what the NFL players and finally the upper management agreed to.
All right. Cameron, good job tonight. Appreciate it as always. Well done.
Fred, thank you for the time.
Okay.